Okay, we are going to talk about congruent figures today. Look at that, they just started for me. Okay, corresponding parts. What does that mean? Okay, what's the thing? Okay, Ben.
So like in the picture when that's triangle, like when they weren't like together, they weren't like. No, that's.
Here's two triangles.
They like connected.
Okay, so I'm telling you that A, B, C is congruent to D, E, F. So give me an example of a corresponding part. Layla. Angle A and angle D are corresponding parts. Because in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, they're in the same spot.
So wait, are F and C corresponding?
Okay, are F and C corresponding? Yes or no?
Yeah. Can we determine that? It's too much thinking.
So this is given.
Yeah, but you have to use like reverse psychology to figure it out.
Reverse psychology is maybe not the way I would go with that, but like reverse order, like these are congruent, here are our parts. So when I say corresponding parts, okay, we're going to talk about the sides and the angles. So matching sides, matching angles of congruent figures. Somebody who sits by Ben.
Let's give her a code word. Are you
You already know
keyword?
she's gonna watch it.
Next door.
Okay, we're not going to argue about this, Tyler.
Keyword is T-Rex.
Turtle, yeah. Keyword turtle.
No, chortle.
No, turtle.
Keyword. No. Keyword?
Turtle.
Code word. Turtle.
Yes.
Okay.
Chortle.
Turtle.
That should get my word.
We know you won't watch it.
I didn't believe.
Thanks, Jack. When? Oh, I'm not. Friday?
Okay. We are having a quiz on Monday. You'll be fine.
Give a week to study.
And then we're going to do something really cool on Tuesday. Okay? Yeah.
We're gonna draw in the church.
I'll tell you at the end of the period if you behave.
Let's go, guys.
Okay. So this CPCTC is something we're going to come back to, but we're going to use it right now since we're talking about corresponding parts. Whoops, not congruent. I'm sorry.
What?
Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent? CPCTC.
Will we be like keeping it, are these like extra notes?
Yeah,
Isn't this just like common sense kind of?
you might think of it like that. Wow, wow.
Brett, stop. Never do that again.
Miss Binkley would be so excited. Yeah. I can't. Okay. So even without a picture, we can say what parts are congruent, okay? So, yes. Oh, okay. So Addie, which angle is congruent to angle J? Hey, Rhett, how does she know it's angle P?
Because it's like the corresponding, because it's like the first one and the first one.
Yeah, they correspond. They're in the same place in our picture. Okay. Angle K is congruent to angle what, Jonah? Good. And angle L is congruent to angle what, Ben? Hey, we don't even need a picture to know this. This is great.
Side two probably.
No.
Maybe, it depends.
So side JK would correspond with side PQ. Side KL would correspond with side QR. LJ? Sure. LJ would be congruent to what? RP. Fill out this one.
So we usually just do the same thing.
Well, I don't see any numbers, but. Give me an angle congruent statement. Harper, give me another one.
Angle K is congruent to angle Q.
That's really cool, but we're on number 2.
Angle X is congruent to angle S.
Okay. Drew, give me another one.
L is congruent to
Oh my god.
We're on number 2.
Oh, wait, the hands are all in. Angle Y is congruent to angle G.
Jonah, give me a side.
Are these proofs or not? W.
Okay. Cohen, give me another one.
Hold up. I didn't know right. E F. Wait, no, hold up. X Y is congruent to X.
Okay. And then our last one would be Tyler.
I know. Angle W Y is. I mean, line segment is congruent to line segment
Cool. Great job. Okay, so now let's come to this picture here. Okay. In this picture right here, we have KPM is congruent to AYC. Okay, so if I'm talking about KM, what side corresponds with KM in this second triangle? Ooh, is it CA or is it AC? Okay, and then CY is going to correspond with, it's obviously this side, but how would we say it? Okay, and then our PK is congruent to what side? Okay, so P corresponds with Y and K corresponds with A. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, angle Y. Angle Y corresponds with angle P, and angle K corresponds with angle A. A. Is it the same spot as K? They correspond. Okay. Ooh, now what about this? ACY. 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 So KMP.
Wait, would you do angle?
It's an angle,
Okay, never mind.
right? We can take 3 points to name an angle, and the middle one's the vertex. Okay. Now over here, we have some different triangle congruent statements. MPK, the triangle MPK. Carson, you agree with Carson? Do you have a question, Carson? Okay. Gavin, what about YAC? PKM. Okay. What I want you to do is work together in number 4 and see if you can come up with the measures for all of those missing pieces. Oh, good golly.
Good golly.
You have an elbow partner. It's fine. He's fine.
EN is.
Oh, it's nine.
What are you doing? What do you think? Okay, BN is.
You haven't done any of it. I'm asking you to do number 4.
No, isn't it just?
I expect so much more from you, buddy. Why didn't you write down anything when we did 3?
So did you next year a baby, right?
Yeah.
We have to find the measure. I don't know.
It is.
Where'd my paper go?
Okay. All right, eyes up here.
Oh, wait.
I don't see.
Okay, Jeff Green, what side does BN correspond with? SW. So the measure of BN is what? 9.
Actually, I gave him this.
Coloring with my expo marker. The expo marker that I bought with my own money, and you're ruining it right now. Thank you. TW. Adri, which side does TW correspond with? So TW has a measure of. Okay. Side BF corresponds with what side, Jake? BF corresponds with.
Oh, it corresponds with ST.
So BF has a measure of 17 centimeters. Okay. Colton, what angle does angle W correspond with? Angle W corresponds with angle N. So since angle N is 82, so is W. Okay. Bryce, what does angle B correspond with? B and S, okay. So 67 degrees. Oh my goodness, how do I figure out angle F? Stella. Ah, 3 angles of a triangle add up to be 180. So when we subtract it from 180, then we are going to.
She spelled your name wrong.
It's obviously a K. What is it? What is angle F? Yeah. Okay.
Where are you actually?
Okay, I want to skip to number 6. What is going on, Ben?
I dropped my pen.
Way over there.
It's the people. Class assigned the paper, not you. I'm signing on the back.
Yeah, I
Yeah, sign it really big on the back.
I started it.
And what are you gonna do with this?
I don't know.
We'll give it for memories. Because we're all gonna get separated next year, so that means it.
Well, I kept hearing, has so-and-so signed it?
We were all trying to get Layla to sign.
Layla's our idol.
Colin, really big, right in the middle. All right, let's look at this problem right here. This is number 6. Keegan, if I want to solve for x, what do I take 12x minus 7? What do I do with it? I'm asking Keegan.
When? I don't know.
So 12x minus 7 is this side right here, UV. What side does UV correspond with in this triangle? That is
I didn't even
congruent.
see that on a
Whoa.
You go into 53.
Why 53?
Corresponds to 50.
Is he correct? Does TS correspond with UV?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct on Monday.
so X equals 5. Okay. Hold on. Okay, now how about this right here? 5y minus 33. Okay, Riley, what would we set that equal to? You're saying that RS corresponds with WV? Okay,
I agree.
so 5y equals 90, which means y equals 18. So 3z plus 14 should equal. So 3z equals 36. You are a step behind me.
What's the 2 with the line across?
The Z. Like, that's not the first Z I've written in this class either. Okay, so I don't want you to confuse my Z's and my 2's.
When you draw a 2 and when you draw a Z, like to use the same motion, when I go like that, and when I draw my 2, I go like that. Like when you're curved to
I understand that, but
I can tell the difference.
good, not everybody can. Dalton, why don't, how about everybody just accepts the fact that this is how I make my Z's. It is always how I will make my Z's. So just get over it. Okay. Now let's go back to your journal notes. Dalton.
Since you were born.
Since I became a math teacher.
What do you teach?
Well, like my whole life has not been me being a math teacher.
No, you did it like I learned your old.
Then I was a student.
Oh, so you're a doctor. You can have to go to school, then they go to school.
So maybe you can just a little bit appreciate me because you wouldn't want to be in my position, being at school more. Tyler. Not that much, but okay. This is my 15th year. No. Yes, like my degree is for math education. That's the only thing I'm certified to teach is math from 7 to 12. I also have a math master's degree, so I could teach at the college level. I chose to teach math. Right? I know. Last year I was teaching AP calculus and I chose to come be with you all. So
When you were like a 7th or an 8th grader, did you just like think I want to be a teacher when I grow up?
when I was a sophomore, that's when I knew.
I know what you want to be.
Okay. So I thought I wanted to be a nurse, and then I went to the emergency room with my sister when she broke her nose, and it did not go well for me.
Was there a lot of blood?
I turned white, and then I realized, I can't do this. Dalton. What? Because I like math, Dalton. And I want you to like math too. Okay, we're going to focus back on here. I really like that you want to know about my life, but now we're back to here. Dalton, we're back to here. Rhett, we're back to here. What's so funny? That was very impressive. Rhett went from full on laughter to just,
No, I do
Oh,
that.
I can
so
do that really
easy.
good.
well, that's impressive.
Been practice.
Okay, do you remember when we did proofs in chapter 2? We talked about the reflexive property, the symmetric property, and the transitive property. Eventually, but not until after Thanksgiving. Okay? So, but I need you to understand that these 3 properties are true for congruent triangles and their parts. Okay? So, when would that ever be a thing? Let me draw you a picture. And how about you draw this picture with me in the space provided?
Wait,
I'm trying really hard to draw what I want to draw.
I just drew like the perfect triangle. Is it supposed to be?
Yeah.
oh, that's
So-
way down.
J, K, L, M. So I am telling you that JK is congruent to KM. And I'm telling you that JL is congruent to LM.
I didn't know. JK.
What do we have to prove? Why'd you draw that? That was way
J-
more.
That's a lot of writing.
Okay, Keegan has a question about those little swoop marks.
I just want that.
It shows us the congruency within the angles. Yeah, well, there's like 20 of them.
Can you guys like explain it? Like,
There is definitely not 20 of them. But since there's one at M and one at J, they're congruent. Since there's 2 here and 2 here, those are congruent. Since there's 3 here and 3 here, those are congruent. Stella, did you have your hand up? I imagined that. Somebody had their hand up. Nobody did. Okay. So do we have 3 angles that are congruent to 3 angles? Do we have 3 sides congruent to 3 sides?
No.
Yes.
Wait, no.
Jake says yes. Why?
Because the line in the middle is
Oh, so you're saying that
X equals X.
KL is congruent to itself?
Yes.
Oh, that's called the what property? The reflexive.
That was very wise.
I didn't know JK.
Okay, so we know that KL is congruent to KL. And we can say that triangle JKL is congruent to triangle MKL.
Sounds like you go. Thanksgiving is a week tomorrow. You're
Wait,
so.
how about-
Dude, I am ready.
It's always on a Thursday, right? Every year you've been alive, it's been on a Thursday. No! No! Okay, everybody. Let's have a little lesson. Thanksgiving is always on the 4th Sunday of the month in November. Thursday, see? Okay, Thursday is Thanksgiving. Christmas is always on the 25th, but the day of the week might change.
Oh, based on like every 4 years.
No.
Wait, Easter's Sunday.
Easter, 31st, okay? Christmas Day and New Year's Day are always a week apart.
I never realized that.
Halloween is like always on a Monday.
My birthday has been on.
Really good.
My birthday was on Easter last year. Guys, my birthday.
Dalton, it's on October 31st. Dalton. No. Okay. Okay, last thing we need to talk about. Okay, here we go. I will add to our list here.
Yeah.
I held my marker up there for a while. Third angle theorem. Let's read this. If two angles in one triangle are congruent to two angles of another. Duh, right? Like, because if we take these two and add them together, then what's left over from 180 is gonna be the same. That's what's left over from 180 right here. So all you really need to know that two angles are congruent to two angles, and then you know the third is gonna be the same also. Okay, before you, so your homework, I want you to look, is page 131 and 132.
You lost.
I think that before you leave, you can get done with at least 1 and 2, if not that whole page.
What are we even trying to find for one?
For number 1, you're writing all of the sides that are congruent to each other and all of the angles. So in number 1, you're gonna have 3.
Number 2.
Yeah. You're gonna have 6 statements in number 1. You're gonna have 8 statements in number 2. I think we got this. Get out your student journal. How would you do it? Thanks.
Wait, what are we supposed to do this for?